And even if you play the same the same map over and over again, the same races over and over again, you can still get so many varied and different strategies, which is very evident in the games that have been played, that were played on stream. And with a couple, there was one game where there was mass disruptors and things like that. So lots of things can be done here. As this AlphaStar iteration, again, does not want to wall off. Just gonna make the pylon right next to his Nexus and throw down the gateway there, whereas TLO, the human, the conventional player, will continue to make his gateways at the front to try and deny those adepts, walling off with that shield battery or pylon to try and deny those shades up to the high ground. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks for the follows and stuff, and glad I could show you guys these couple extra games that weren't shown on stream. And it was actually kind of a pain to get the replays, because you got to download a special map. Well, not a special map, but you just got to do a couple extra things to download the replays, because it is a little bit of a different. The AI plays on a different sort of version of the game to make it easier to set up the learning and all that stuff. Again, I don't know the technical aspects of it. All I know is what they said, but you got to download a couple of different things. So I thought it'd save some of you guys the work, and help you guys out a little bit, so you guys don't have to go through the annoying process I did. But again, the AlphaStar makes a lot of probes, chrono boosts them out all the time, but also does something interesting where it has only 5 in gas and has 17 in minerals, which is a very interesting sort of split there. Just decides, and now we'll get the full 6 on gas, but again, it consistently has like 17 on minerals. It's kind of interesting. It like oversaturates the minerals a little bit. Ideally you think 16 on minerals, 6 on gas. But you always get a little bit more mining if you do have more workers on the base. It's just sort of diminishing returns over time. But again, this is a pretty standard 2-gate opening from both sides. Just the wall off is a little bit different. Double stalker from TLO, but a double adept from AlphaStar, and looks like double stalker to follow it up here as the shades. We'll try and find this probe. And down it will go. Scout sees the adepts though, so TLO should be ready with a worker here, as he already senses out. Oh no, he's gonna go down the ramp. A lot of times you'll see the probe literally wait on the ramp up here to try and put down that building, but the probe's gonna head down to the low ground to make this a nexus here. So maybe he'll head back up to the high ground to wait here. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do now. TLO prepared for these adepts and making sure that they don't cause too much damage here as they head across. And AlphaStar has also started his expansion here, but right now he's the aggressor with these adepts trying to get something done. As the shade comes in, and the pylon wall off. Shade will complete though, and these adepts likely to go down. See the AI continue to try and move forward as it gets stopped by that pylon. The sentry also here to join and help out. The pylon gonna get canceled most likely in time. Again, the robotics facility gonna be the choice now from TLO. And some shield batters at the front here. The Robo, a different look here. Stargate is sometimes the opening if you want to go for a mass Phoenix there. And after last game, I kind of would expect him to go for a big air army. What beats carriers? More carriers. More stuff counters left stuff. Well, I think a probe. Did he get stuck when he made this shield battery? I think TLO's probe might have gotten stuck here, just sitting idly right now. Not sure exactly what happened there, but a funny little. I'm known to do that quite often, where I make a building and I trap my probes. And not thinking ahead there. As the hallucination comes out, TLO will get a full scout here. The Robo on the other side here. So both sides matching tech. And this natural already saturated there for AlphaStar. As TLO is again a little bit behind in workers. 41 to 33 now. And AlphaStar very committed to the economy. Even if he goes for an aggressive 1-base push or even an aggressive 2-base push, he always has a ton of workers. And looks like the third base, or a third base might come in here. Yep, third base already on the way. Very aggressive with that economy. And the first Immortal will make its way out here. We'll see if there's an Observer to follow up for more scouting, or just going to commit to his ground forces and commit to these Immortals for the powerful ground army. Is again, all these Alpha Stars are essentially, they're different players essentially, because they all competed against one another. They're all from the same AI, from the sort of the... They share a lot of traits, but they are kind of different in... They're kind of different players altogether, though. So they all have different, you know, might have similar strategies, but they're all different in sort of their tendencies and the way they play. Because they learn by playing one another, by, you know, watching humans play here, as the third base already halfway done, and TLO has not started his own. Very scared of an attack here. He did get, did die to basically 1 or 2 base all in game 1, I believe. So very scared of those attacks here, but now TLO is going to move out, and AlphaStar actually coming around the other side. An Observer there spotting. It looks like AlphaStar just might find an opening here. There's nothing there for TLO at the front, as the rest of his army has moved out. We'll see this third base, and again, nothing for AlphaStar at this third, so it might just be some shredded damage on each side, some High Tempest, or some High Templar here. We'll move into an Archon. There's a shield battery here, but it will be targeted down now. Actually, they shift their focus. The Stalker's now working their way onto the Archon, which will fall. A Zealot being warped in at home. On the other side, TLO is getting some damage on this Nexus. The Nexus will fall, but well, how much damage can be gained on the other side here for AlphaStar? Already got a pylon and some workers falling now. The recall will come in. It looks like TLO will repel this attack, but he did suffer some big worker damage. Oh, a few force fields, and looks like some Stalkers might get trapped, and a couple will go down, but a few will get away. As now a Warp Prism is sent up by TLO. If he can get some more damage on the other side, this could be a big one fight from him. If the Stalkers see it, it might just pick it off. But now Liquid TLO will come in with a few of the Stalkers of his own and repel that little clump of Stalkers. As the third base from TLO did come down, and the remake from AlphaStar as well. Now the Stalker's moving forward from AlphaStar again, and TLO, he's in a bit of a choke point here. It's not as an ideal engagement angle. Not exactly where you want to be. Oh, another charge forward here. Stalker blinks away with just basically 0 health there. Literally 1 health. Very good micro there from AlphaStar. On the other side, some Dark Templar have come in, and looks like they picked off a few workers and a couple of warp-in units here. An Observer does come across, and the workers will make their way back to the natural, and looks like TLO will clean this up here, but did deny some mining time. And picked up a few workers, and now the attack from the other side here for AlphaStar. Blink away here. One Stalker gets picked off. The sentry in front will be taken down as well. But AlphaStar committing to his Blink Stalker, and the micro is pretty good. If you're a computer, you're probably better than that than any human. Moving around the other side now, the Zealot trying to spot across TLO. Well, that Zealot going to go down, but does spot the army, which is important, knowing where that is coming from. The right angle can be huge in those engagements. The Observer also going to see the army split there from TLO. Not wanting to get a big surround on him. Now Stalkers continue to move forward here. Another warp in of Zealots. Some probes being moved to the third base now. Again, the Stalkers cutting back. The blinks have been perfect here, the force fields, but the blink, again, available for a few of these Stalkers, and they should all get over the force fields. They do. A little bit of a pincer move there from TLO, but he doesn't find the engagement he needs. Again, Immortal's really good against these Stalkers here. A Dark Templar. We'll find the kill in the cannon here, so no detection on this side, and the Stalkers continue to work their way in from the other side. Now the Dark Templar will work its way onto this third Nexus. AlphaStar doing a good job here, multitasking. The big blink forward here. Oh no, all the army from TLO does get caught. The Immortals go down here. Just a couple of Stalkers and Zealots on the other side trying to fight their way, but now these blink Stalkers from AlphaStar with the big counter out of the way should win this fight. These Immortals were the big threat to them, and they've shut them down, but now the Chargeless do go in. They get a good surround, but now their charges are down. They're not going to be able to close the gap now. The Stalkers, the perfect blinks here. All of them surviving on basically no health. Just perfectly timed micro there from AlphaStar, and there's really not a lot to follow this up from Liquid TLO. He's got a few High Templars. Should be, an Archon, but another Immortal comes down the ramp, but it's just not going to be enough. A perfect blink in there, and he catches out the Immortals, and that was the perfect unit to counter those blink Stalkers. The Immortals were what he needed there. And TLO just, well, he was being pulled apart by the Dark Templar. He didn't have a lot of choice. He had to go shut those down. And once he got caught out of position, the perfect blink forward there from AlphaStar, and he does fall on that one as well.